Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting Carnivore 2024, getting back on the horse. And we have a few things in store for you today. I'll go ahead and let Pepper take it away. I'm Fisher, she's Pepper.
Bye, I'm leaving.
Ta-da!
I'm taking it away. All right, so I just tried to come up with some tips to help you get back on the horse. I know we struggled immensely. We had a lot of stuff going on. And, to be honest, we just made bad decisions. We chose to make bad decisions. It didn't happen to us. We didn't have some accidents, we'll fully admit. We chose the wrong things. But
I can interject and then I'll hop out, which is my mother passed away.
Yeah.
Which some of you already know. And then
my sister passed away.
Her sister passed away. The thing is that with the holiday season is that when your loved ones are gone and you don't have it's harder to be as excited or thankful. So
motivated.
Motivated. I don't even know the right words, but you become sort of melancholy and
well, it's grief. And it hits you in ways you don't anticipate or could even plan for.
Yeah, I don't wish it on anybody. And unfortunately, during that season, there's a lot of good food. To sort of fill in the holes of grief.
Well, if it wasn't enough, so at the end of October, both family members passed away. The end of November, we have Thanksgiving, our 25th anniversary we just celebrated, and then my birthday, and then Christmas, and then New Year's. Amongst all that, we had a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So, and then grief on top of that. It just makes for good nights to have some pizza or fast food. I think that's our thing, is something quick to shove in our face.
Yeah, it's convenient and it's really bad for you. And just before we keep going, I want to just add in all the problems that we talk about came right on back, like gas and feeling tired all the time.
Sleep apnea, snoring.
Sleep apnea came back, snoring. Just totally unmotivated and undriven because the energy that I'm getting, and that I guess you're getting, is just like empty of any kind of like energy. It's just like dying, in itself. So it was really not a good, it's kind of a dark time.
Yeah. It was rough. It was rough.
Somehow we, with each other, I think that's it, having someone to lean on, is that you both see that you have a problem, and my love for her is like, hey, let's do this, and her love for me is I'm on board, and so we join together, start all over again.
Well, we never quit completely, to be honest. We always kept trying to get back on the horse. Yes. We never just said screw it and loaded up on everything. When I went grocery shopping, I only bought carnivore approved foods except for my birthday.
Yeah.
So for the most part, we didn't just throw everything away.
No.
We did keep trying to get back on the horse. Honestly, I thought by December we'd be back doing these videos, but it just didn't work out.
It was a mixed bag because you're eating carnivore at home, and then due to convenience and lack of time, you find yourself grabbing a bite to eat out and about, and then more and more mixes of stuff. So
yeah, but we chose our bad decision.
Yes,
we chose it.
It's our fault.
Yeah,
our choice, and we're back to where we finally. One of the reasons we're back is we wanted to make sure that we could keep hanging on and not keep falling into depression. So one of the things that happened was, for the last 2 weeks, right? We've been 100%, which is significant because some people don't even try the diet for more than a week.
Right.
But once you get back in after 2 weeks, you're back in, and you can say, okay, what were my results? Right. So,
and we'll tell you that at the end.
Okay, yeah.
We'll string you along a little bit.
Yeah, there's a couple of things we want to go over because it's really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So I always like to have tips for staying back on carnivore. I think my number one tip is find your why. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you, whether you're doing the keto, Weight Watchers, whatever thing you want to try to be healthy, find your why. You need to have your why, because without that, you're just torturing yourself for who knows why, right?
Yeah.
So like our why has always been we want to be healthier. We want to have energy to do stuff. Do you have any other why?
Specifically, like going after, well, for YouTube, you know, the mental capacity and energy to record, edit, chase an idea of a program, a format to go after, along with all the other crafting and stuff that we do.
Yes.
Versus just being a lump on a log.
Right.
And kind of falling asleep all the time. That shift, that's when it's like, I don't want to live my life. It's like dying, you know, 1 foot in the grave, and you know, it's way before your time.
Yeah.
This is living.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, that's my.
So yeah, that's our why. Is we want to feel good. I want to sleep without snoring. There's nothing worse than finding out I've been snoring all night and annoying him because the way we have our house set up, there's no other options. We either sleep together or we lay in bed miserable.
Yeah.
So sleep is very, very, very important.
Earplugs help.
Yes. So tip number 1, find your why. Tip number 2. Clean your house of all junk. Now, funny story, I just did an open house today and I got a bowl full of chocolates and they were right over there in the chair. We're going to get visited. I have no intention whatsoever of eating any chocolate. And even at the open house, I mean, there was nothing to do. I was not tempted to eat chocolate because I know it's going to cause severe pain and suffering later on. So, but I really recommend trying to clean your house out of all easy junk food. And I mean, I get keeping a few things for like snow days or if, you know, we get hit with a nuclear warhead or something. Yeah. Always have your preparedness, but for the most part, just get your house as clean as possible as far as junk food and things that tempt you. You have any tips on that? You just follow me and...
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You go all in and you have backup snacks.
Yeah, when you're first starting out again, go ahead and get your meat sticks. Go ahead and get your cheese sticks. Even the stuff you won't normally eat, even like 4 or 5 weeks in, make sure that you are set up to succeed.
Cottage cheese, mozzarella stick. Did you already say all that? Okay.
I did.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry. Those are
loving the dog.
Sorry, yeah. But those are the ones that
This is our pup, Sasha. You can barely see her in the camera. And I've been gone all day, so she's letting us know that if we do anything else, she would like to be with us. Set yourself up for success is tip number 3. So I do that by when we get a large steak, I go ahead and chop it up as soon as possible so that it's ready to cook. I have a lot of bacon, eggs. Eggs are really easy. You can do hard-boiled eggs. You can do, what is it called when you put eggs in boiling water?
Benedict?
Yeah, without the sauce. So just make sure you have a lot of easy options for when life kind of gets going and you don't have time to do a massive cook. Go ahead and set yourself up for success. Tip number 4, find an accountability partner. So Rainey and I have each other, and then we also have my mom. And I can't wait to do an update video. I know I keep teasing you about it, but she's doing phenomenal. When we had this big long cheat, I'll let her tell her own story, but let's just say she didn't cheat.
She didn't cheat.
She didn't cheat, and she's lost even more weight, and she's doing really good. So, so find an accountability partner. Maybe y'all should use my mom. Just call 1-800-MOM. No, but she's doing really good. So find that person that you can even tell them when you mess up and say, "Hey, I screwed up royally," or find that person that you don't like. For us, we don't want to tell YouTube we screwed up.
Right.
And so that really helps keep us on the straight and narrow. And I think that's one reason we kind of do these videos. We want to show you that, hey, everyday average Joe people can do something extraordinary just by keep trying. Like you're going to fall down and fail or not, hopefully not. But if you do, you just try again.
Right. I love that one quote you were saying before. If you ever cheat on a meal, you can just remember the very next meal is another opportunity.
Right. Yeah, the whole day's not gone.
Right.
Just that one meal is bad, and then you try again the next meal.
Yep.
And this one kind of goes hand in hand, but step number 5 is Watch YouTube videos. There are so many people who are doing carnivore and ketovore and other diet videos. If you find them encouraging and it helps keep you where you want to be, watch those people, because what goes in your head is more likely is what's going to happen.
Yeah, what you focus on kind of becomes part of who you are.
Yeah, my real estate mentor, she always says, and it's from the Ninja program, but what you focus on expands. We don't want to expand anymore. We're done expanding. But what you focus on is what is going to happen in your life. So if we're focusing on diet, we're going to diet.
Yes. Yeah, especially like together. Man, there's just something about having somebody where you can say, look what I did good today. And they're like, oh, that's a good job. You really did well. Somebody offered you donuts and you turned it down.
Yeah, I had a bowl full of candy. I still have a bowl full of candy. I'm not going to throw it out because if I do another open house.
Open house.
Open house, yeah. If I do another open house, I don't want to buy candy again because I don't like spending money on candy. Yeah. But I have no intentions of eating it. I mean, I'm not going to keep it for months because that's gross, and it's marketed to Valentine's Day. Tip number 6, get variety. So you don't have to, okay, if you feel best on the lion diet and you can only eat beef, you can only eat beef. If your body allows you to have other stuff and things, go ahead. You don't have to just have a steak on your plate. You could have a steak and a piece of chicken, or if you're into it, you could eat, fish, or you could do pork and steak, or you could do a hamburger and steak, or bacon and eggs and steak. Like, eat variety if you can, if your body lets you. Well,
certain cheeses.
Be careful with the cheese. It will make you gain weight. And if you're just getting back on the horse, you can have cheese. But you have to be careful.
Cottage cheese?
Even cottage cheese. Okay. So,
I'm clued in, but she's dialed in really well. So I have to go to her and ask.
To be honest, you have to find out what works best for your body. So I personally cannot eat a lot of cheese without it stalling my weight loss. Okay. And I know cottage cheese is not the fattiest thing you can eat. And so I think it also might have some milk sugar, lactose. So it's just, you have to find out if it works for your body or not.
And cream cheese?
Same thing.
Okay.
All the cheeses.
All the cheeses.
All the dairy and cheeses, really.
Yeah.
We find it as our comfort thing, but it's not super correct.
Just trying to come up with variety for people, because I know that was why the people that I talk to, that is the number one complaint, is they're like, well, man, I can only have meat,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that goes with that.
You can have meat and you can sleep all night and you can feel great and you can have energy, and lose weight, right? Or you can have all the stuff and things, but not reap the benefits of eating only meat. So since we're personally doing carnivore, we pretty much eat only meat, and then dairy is our special treat right now.
Right.
Tip number 7, electrolytes and water. We are basically plants. Even though we're meat-eating plants, so we need water. And then I've just recently started watching Huberman. Is it Andrew Huberman?
Yeah,
is that his name?
On Joe Rogan, and he has his own.
He has his own podcast. He's a what is he? Neuroscience? He does science with the brain, right?
Yeah.
So he's like
neuroscientist.
Yes.
Is that a good way to say it?
Yes, that's the words I was looking for. So he's well-trained. He's not really carnivore, but he's very health conscious. And he talks about how to help your body absorb water, essentially, and you can't do that without having salt, and then you need specific minerals, and it's its whole realm. So while you can do this, while you can do carnivore without having electrolytes or any sweeteners and all that fun host of stuff, Huberman really suggests having salt, especially first thing in the morning. So you can do how Huberman, like the life of Huberman or something like that. Some people have done that. I don't really recommend it. It's very tedious. But a couple of things I've adopted is I drink salt water as soon as I wake up. Actually, I drink Element electrolytes because I enjoy them. And then the other thing is I only have coffee after I've been awake for a little while. And those two things have really helped me recently. Because when you first get back on carnivore, or if you do really strict keto, one thing that happens is your body dumps a lot of its electrolytes with a lot of water.
Yeah.
And it causes severe headaches.
Yeah.
And they're not fun. So,
We both had that.
yeah.
Very painful because you got to fight. I drink a lot of salt water and I was still having headaches, and I had more salt water.
Yeah.
And then I finally took an Advil and it cut the pain.
A little bit, but it really kind of takes the next day.
Yeah, it does.
Of you trying to fix your body.
Yep, because it was
to feel
we
better.
were so bad off. We needed to come back, and that was the moment of changeover.
Yeah.
And it hurt.
Yeah, it's not fun.
The headache hurt.
It's not fun. I don't know. Do we have a dog in here?
Yeah.
We got a dog paying attention. All right, so drink water. One thing so number 8 is, if you are doing carnivore, eat the fat.
As best as you can.
As best as you can. She's looking at us on the screen.
Yeah.
That's funny. Eat the fat as best you can. Get as much fat in your body. This is technically the fat diet. You want to eat as much fat as you possibly can without getting explosive diarrhea.
Yep.
It keeps you fuller longer. It's where your energy comes from, and fat won't make you fat.
And if you eat it colder, a lot of times you can keep eating it better.
Yes. Don't be tempted to drink your steak residue on your plate. It will make you feel very ill hours afterwards. So eat cold fat if possible.
And do it in small increments if you can't eat much.
Let your body adjust.
Like a pat of butter.
Yeah.
That you would get it.
Yeah, little nibbles throughout the day will help.
But yeah, I usually try to eat the meat on my plate.
The fat?
The fat. And I'll mix it with the meat so that I don't get just a big old mouthful of fat. Because I've tried. That don't work for me. I can't just gobble down fat. Ain't no way.
But it seems like the longer you're on the diet, the more you want fat. So like my mom, we've been getting ribeyes here of late. And mom's like, I just can't get enough of the creamy fat, and
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, ribeyes are great because they have that nice distribution of fat marbled
All throughout the whole thing. Yeah, it's great. Tip number 9, meal prep. So like I said earlier, when you set yourself up for success, but meal prepping, I chop my steaks up as soon as we get them so that you're not going, great, I want steak and now I've got to cut it off because we always buy the primal cuts, the big long primal cuts. I got another dog over here. I don't think you can see. So meal prep as best you can. Make sure you have all the stuff and things on hand. Make sure you have bacon and eggs and burger and steak and, just the really good stuff. Butter.
Somebody recommended a chicken quesadilla recipe, but I don't know if was that carnivore friendly?
Yeah, the way I made it.
Okay.
Well, carnivore. Okay, so carnivore-ish. So you can get a egg life wrap.
Looks like a tortilla.
Egg whites. Yeah, they're just egg white. And then I cooked chicken thighs with pepper jack cheese. And then you sprinkle that mixture on your egg life wrap. Now, with the egg life wraps, they taste better if you toast them in the oven beforehand. Otherwise, I don't know. They're not delicious, folks, okay?
It's like paper.
But it holds the food together.
Yeah, that's all it is a vessel for delivery.
And yeah, so then I took chicken thighs, put them in the crock pot with pepper jack cheese, and then we drizzled a little bit of hot sauce, which is not carnivore.
It's got vinegar and flavor, but it's not sugar.
Like if your body can handle it, go for it. If your body can't handle it, don't,
Hot sauce without sugar.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's the one you want. So then, mix that together, put it in the egg life wrap with a little bit of pepper jack cheese. Close it up, and then you can eat it with some sour cream. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I actually took hot sauce, mixed it with sour cream into like a bottle.
Yeah, made your own sauce.
First, I stirred it up with sour cream in a bowl, and then I poured it into a bottle. So now, I have my own sauce. So all it is like 50-50, or I think there's more sour cream than hot sauce. It depends on your taste. But now you can just make dinner anytime.
I'm a wimp, so I don't like it too hot.
Yeah,
and I think you like it just a hair hotter than me, which is fine.
And only a hair because I've gone 2 hairs and didn't make it. It was too rough. I'm weak,
So interesting, really dumb fact about how much hot sauce you can handle. Like I think it was Huberman that talks about this.
Yeah.
And why some men on carnivore, they start off not liking hot sauce. And then throughout the time of being carnivore, they can handle it more better.
More better.
More better, is the more testosterone you have, the hotter you like your food. It's kind of like like an interesting correlation. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if he proved it or if he just mentioned it in passing, but I'll just throw it out
That'd be
there.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And the last tip.
Before we move on, I just want to add, remember how we said there's a lot of different foods and it's just like all meats, right? And eggs and bacon, but it's like limited, right? That chicken quesadilla meal is not, a normal thing. It's not a slab of meat that you cook and eat. It's kind of nice to have that as a variety. I think
But it's also not super filling. Like when we had it, I really wanted a side of ribs
Well,
afterwards.
she's not a fan of chicken. So if you love chicken,
Yeah.
that might be something to consider. I've gone to Taco Bell many times in my years past and gotten the chicken quesadilla, and I loved it then. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could recreate it as a carnivore? And we did.
Yeah.
So I just want to put a little plug in there for those that are like, concerned about the limited amount of recipes. Chicken quesadilla carnivore
Yeah.
might be something to consider if you're willing to put in the effort. And then you don't have to have the same exact meal every time or whatever your routine is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's a good tip.
unplug.
All right, last one, tip number 10. Always consult your doctor before starting something new and exciting. As far as these super, what do you call the diet? It's not is it exclusive diets where you're getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff?
Elimination.
Elimination. No, where it's super exclusive.
Well, anyway,
Brain's dead.
I thought it was elimination where you get rid of all kinds of, like the lion diet, you get rid of all kinds of foods so that you can find out what's causing you to have a reaction.
So if you're coming from the Sad American diet and you're concerned at all about your health and you want to try either keto or carnivore or anything like that, feel free to consult your doctor before starting because, it is really drastic and it can possibly it can mess with your meds because my mom's on a blood thinner. And she's been super strict carnivore, and she's been having to cut back on her blood thinner because her body's working so well now that her blood's getting too thin. So it is something you need to let your doctor know or be aware of that, you might be on blood pressure medication, and once you're healthier, you might not need as much. And so you want your doctor just to be aware and work with you through that.
Yeah, we're not medical
professionals,
so it's important that you take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
And eat it with some meat. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So yeah, that's my 10 tips that I have. As our dog's trying to escape our house, she's like hitting the door handle. So do you want to update how things have changed in the last 2 weeks for you?
For me, it's just been staying faithful.
How much weight did you gain after our expanded time of cheating from the end of October to January 1st? How much weight did you gain?
I think it was 10 or 12. Did you write it down? I don't remember. Okay, I think it was either 10 or 12 because my mind's a little blurry. But
you've lost how much in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, I've gone down almost 5.
Wow.
Almost 5. So
have you noticed anything?
I got to tell you, there's renewed energy. Maybe the salt in the morning also really does help because that's the thing we started doing.
Yeah.
Was like half a packet of salt drink from Element.
So some of us don't really like salt drinks.
Just not a fan. I mean,
complains when you give him a salt drink, even though it's for his own benefit and it will stop the headaches.
Yeah.
But I have found, so Element makes flavored salt drinks, and supposedly they don't have sugar. I guess they must have stevia or something in them. But a lot of salt, like 1,000 milligrams of salt. So with Randy's permission, in his morning coffee, I give him half a pack of either chocolate or salted caramel Element. So half a pack, and he had, 16 ounces of coffee?
Something like that, yeah.
And a 16-ounce cup of coffee. And then also, with his permission, I don't just make stuff up. Maybe this is news to you. I know I've told you. He gets 2 drops of iodine and 2 drops of vitamin D oil. And I think the vitamin D has vitamin K. and that all goes in his coffee, and then he gets his cream. So it does make your coffee, especially if it doesn't mix well, like your last sip might be super salty, which is rather unpleasant. But for the most part, it's very drinkable.
Yeah, I just want to get it in me because within the hour, I start to pick up speed in my mind and in my body. Like I've even gotten to the point where I wanted to get up and start running, and I'm like, I don't run. I don't even walk hardly. I mean, so the energy level started to skyrocket, and in my excitement and my focus, and
I've even seen you when you get up a little bit earlier before work. I've seen you creative write, because he's working on another book, and he was creatively writing first thing in the morning. I'm like, who are you? And I think it's the salt really helps just connect everything. Well, I mean, we are basically like a nuclear reactor, right? So doesn't salt water conduct electricity better?
Yeah, salt water, yeah, that specifically.
Yeah, so by having salt, I think it helps your brain fire. I feel the vitamin D is really helping. That's something that we've started that's been really new. And I feel like it's helping a lot.
There's also, it's near the end of I'm trying to tell you one more thing. There's a thing that we take before bed. Andrew Huberman recommended it. It's a sleep pill. And it's got like 3 vitamins in it or something like that.
Yes.
I don't know that.
We can put the link in the description below and share that with you. But
we've been taking it for like 2-3 weeks now.
That's been life-changing, I think.
Now, I like melatonin. That's me. Not everybody likes melatonin because they say it doesn't work. It's like nothing.
Well, melatonin, is it a hormone?
Your body creates it and puts you to sleep every night.
But is it a hormone? Is that why a lot of people don't like it?
Probably, yeah.
And you could, so talk to your doctor. We're not medical professionals.
Yeah.
But we have found the less amount of melatonin you can take, the better your body will feel. We're getting a visitor. Visitors. So we take 1 milligram of melatonin, and then we take the special mixture of 3. Huberman said if you take this, you get the most amazing sleep ever. And I just took it. I mean, I sleep good. I actually have a sleep app that I started with some new ear pods, and it said I fell asleep 97% faster than everyone else using the app.
Wow. And the whole world using the app.
And the whole world using it. And this is me struggling to sleep. Like this last week has just been a little bit rough. Yeah. But the 3
3 different minerals or elements,
compounds. Whatever.
So the reason I wanted to bring it up is that whenever
I'll pull it up on Amazon while you're looking.
Whenever I wake up in the morning and I start to get going, I have this. They say that sleep really matters with your energy and your health, and so by taking these supplements from Andrew Huberman every night, I feel like I'm getting better sleep. I really feel like it's a deeper sleep. It's called Magnesium.
Well, it doesn't matter what it's called. What you want is the Magnesium We will link this.
L-Threonate, L-Theanine, and Apigenin.
So one of them is just magnesium, but it's a specific magnesium, which is pretty common. I think the L-Theanine is a derivative of chamomile.
Oh.
And then I don't remember what the last one is, but it's found in nature essentially.
Apigenin.
But you need to do your own research. I kind of trust Huberman a little bit.
Yeah.
And then have worked on my own research. But it's really cool how it one of the things kind of like shuts down your brain.
Yeah.
One of them helps like calm stress, which I think would be the magnesium. And then
cognitive support.
The other one, I just pass out after I think about those 3 things.
Yeah. Well, it says on there cognitive support, which would be what for me to do my job. So what I do is if I take this and I'm not asleep within the hour, I'll slap a melatonin to go riding with it.
Oh, you don't take a melatonin right at the beginning?
No. I mean, I can. I'm
usually asleep by the time he even thinks about taking pills, so.
Yeah, she's out. So for those that really want to have a good night's sleep, it's supposed to help you fall asleep, but I am so active.
Your brain
keeps going.
Yeah, keeps going while you're trying to fall asleep.
Yeah, so melatonin helps to it's like an arm wrestling match, and melatonin's like you're going down nice and slow, and boom, I'm out.
Yeah. This just like slows the wheels down. But when you wake up, you don't wake up with a hangover,
Right.
and it's all natural. So that's why we're liking this
I
product.
think that might be why I feel like I could just start running, is because the sleep the night before, after 2 weeks of sleeping really well, it's like you get up and you're like, well, let's start the day. I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah.
You know, let's start knocking stuff out, and that is just it's almost foreign.
It made me so happy when we started the diet, and you I guess we were just talking, and you're like, I love doing carnivore, I feel so much better. And we're like 1 weekend of 100% carnivore, and I'm just like, like it's a lot of work just not to go grab pizza or shove food in your face. It is a lot of work. But
and when you've had a stressful day and you want to just go grab something yummy, it's like, oh no, you're gonna go make some eggs or steak.
And then you do, and you're happy.
Yeah, exactly.
You just have to get across, like that 5-minute brain struggle.
Yeah, and it helps if you can do it before you're going to hit that 6. If it's 6 o'clock, is you're like, I'm really hungry and I just want to go eat. Start at 5:30 or start at 5. Just get in there and just start cooking while you're not thinking about it, and then have a podcast going or something, and then boom.
Yep, you're done. Or invite your spouse in there. Come talk to me while I cook.
Yeah.
Hear me cuss at the bacon as it splatters on me.
Yeah.
So I gained like 15 pounds from our little cheat fest, but I have currently lost about 4 pounds, and I think I haven't used my phone in a while. I haven't gone in the bathroom and weighed and had it go to my phone, but I think this morning it was another half a pound gone. So it's so slow, but it's working. So that's exciting.
Yeah. I get the feeling that whenever you like go to bed and then you get up in the middle of the night to go pee, that part of that is weight loss.
It better be.
Yeah. So I'll drink more water when I get up in the middle of the night, and then I'll find that I go pee again. And my weight loss, it seems like my weight loss is higher when I do that versus like, oh, I'm not going to drink. I'm just going to go back to bed.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but I've noticed that it helps.
So another tip from the top: if you wake up, drink. So you can wake up again in 2 hours.
Well,
But anyways, we're back on the horse, guys.
Yes, back on the horse.
Back on the horse. 2024
Carnivore.
Yep. So I hope this encourages you all to stick with it. I hope that I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
And we should be back here. I think we're going to be doing this on Saturdays instead of Sundays. So
depending on.
It's a nice little change for us.
I don't suppose they mind if we toggle between, if something comes up.
Look for our Saturdays or Sundays.
Yeah, we'll do our best. I got to come up with the thumbnail and all that anyways.
I believe in you.
It's going to be great.
All right. Take care.
All right. Take care, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. God bless.
Bye.